Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Cryptic Commander. I am your host, John Nosey, and today we have Ogre on the phone.
Hey, what's up, John? This is
Hey,
Ogre.
Ogre, man. I've got a lot to report to you. So I know you've been busy out there. Are you in North Carolina right now?
Yep.
Yeah. So you just even told me you're moving like 150,000 cards. Is it Magic cards?
Yeah, I bought 200,000 cards from Germany, and I'm getting all the foreign stuff out of them so we can actually sell them because it's really hard to sell foreign cards
Actually,
in America.
I was gonna bring a question to you. One of our listeners needs some French cards.
They're all bulk, so I doubt
Oh.
that what he needs is something I have.
Okay. Um, for the YouTube viewers that are watching the podcast on YouTube, I want to let you guys know and the listeners that we're being broadcast now from the Underground Dojo. It's one of my favorite local game stores. And the viewers, Ogre, will see behind me the logo and some magic paraphernalia if I move out of the way. There we go. I moved out of the way a little bit. They're located at 209 East Main Street in Collinsville, Illinois, 62234. They've got Magic, Pokemon, D&D, and all your gaming needs. You can give them a call at 618-365-6448 or visit them at Facebook at facebook.com/UDKCF. Wanted to get that advertisement out of the way. Have you heard about the mystery booster packs?
Oh yeah, those things are phenomenal. The expected value from busting packs, at least from what I've seen so far, is very, very good.
Yeah, you've seen a few open already, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna open one pack on the show today with you on the phone. I've got a pack right
Oh,
here in
sweet.
front of me, so I bought a pack right before I started the podcast, and I also want to show this pack right here of Ravnica Allegiance. I put up a post in the Facebook group that if anybody can get some people over to the Facebook group and just mention, hey, so and so brought me. Like if John Doe said, hey, join this Facebook group, and they said, okay, and they joined, and they said, hey, John Doe sent me. We're going to tally up the votes, the names, at midnight next Thursday, and we're going to give out this pack of Ravnica Allegiance to one of our listeners.
Sweet.
We've already done that with 2 packs of Ravnica, Death Beyond Theros. I personally mailed out to one of our listeners. His name was Dusty Pinkley. He won 2 packs. That was pretty cool. I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. And the only reason why I want to talk about it, Ogre, is because I got information that they have what they call an allocation program. Have you heard about anything like this yet from Wizards?
Nope.
Okay, so during the pre-release of Ikoria, I hope I'm pronouncing it right,
Oh,
Ikoria.
no, I do know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so some local game stores are telling me that they want to do pre-releases for the customers at their own homes. So rather than the customers come to a local game store, they want to sell the boxes of boosters, or the pre-release kits rather, and then report your winnings and losses from your house to the local game store, and they'll keep it on a little graph.
Yep.
Now, you haven't been on the show in a few days. I wanted to let you know that we worked out a deal with Neil Haley. I've mentioned it in the past. He has an internet website called VIPinternetradio.com.
Sweet.
Next week, his IT team is to get a hold of me, and we're going to start up doing a television show for 1 hour, 7 days a week.
That is awesome. I can't believe you actually did that. That's incredible.
Yeah, actually, we're doing 4 medias right now with this recording. So I'm doing the podcast, the YouTube, internet radio, and internet television.
That's so awesome.
Also, I do want to let the listeners and viewers know that I'm starting a full-time job, which I'm calling it a career, where I'll be making, some really good money. It's hard to turn down, but it's not going to affect my ability to keep bringing out this high-quality content for you guys.
What are you doing now?
I'll be working for a marketing agency.
Wow, that's great.
They told me a base pay of 34,000, and I couldn't pass it up, man.
That's incredible. I'm glad to hear that.
They reached out to me.
Did it have anything to do with the podcast?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with the podcast, but they did reach out to me. I guess they found out that I'm, somewhat articulate and I've got a good voice, and they asked me for a resume and whatnot, and I've got my foot in the door, so it's pretty exciting moving forward.
Yeah, man. Good luck to that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. They will have more full details by the end of March, and they really won't know too many more details about that pre-release at home stuff.
From what I know, you just walk in. You can ask and buy, I believe, how many ever sets you'd like. It could just be one, but I think you can buy how many ever you want. And then you just report your reportings, and it counts towards the store's player base. So a lot of people already do it, but the store doesn't get credited for it. So let's say that I got, 50 pre-release kits, and 6 people wanted to come and just buy them and leave. Well, now you officially get the Wizards credit, basically, for having those players at your pre-release.
Absolutely.
Which allows you to get more promos to give out to your players.
So while we got your attention too on the phone, Ogre, I'm going to go ahead and open this mystery booster pack on air right now, and I'll try and show the viewers at home. Now, I know you are going to know a lot of the values of these cards, right?
I mean, just because the card used to be valuable at this point, the way that the mystery boosters are going to, since so many of them are going to be open, I expect whatever value it was or whatever would be in my head is going to be much less now. But we'll test my knowledge. Go ahead and open the card, and then I'll guess the value, and we'll see how close I am.
Absolutely right. So I've only got, I think, the top 20 cards that are worth value on a little list for me. They're ranging from Mana Crypt all the way down to Queen Marchesa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I've got the top 20 or so cards on a list here that my friend gave me right before the podcast. So to give you an idea, Diabolic Tutor, Demonic Tutor. So Demonic Tutor, last time I looked, was like $35 or something. And they have the list here. It says it's worth $28.28. So I'm going to go ahead and get right to this pack that I just opened. The first card is Infantry Veteran, which is at common. I'll show that card to the viewers if they can see it or they want to pause. There we go. Okay. And then Sacred Cat. I'm going to show that to the viewers. A Cloudkin Seer. I've seen that card a lot. A Ghost Ship. Stab Wound, I believe, is our first uncommon. An Executioner's Capsule. Madcap Skills. A Battle Rampart. I'm not coming across anything I recognize yet, Ogre. Shape the Sands. And I do know they've reprinted Lotus Petal, too. Go ahead.
Yeah, this has so many cards in it that you could buy a box and not get a single duplicate. It's got so many cards.
Oh, okay. Lay of the Land. Here is Azra Oddsmaker. This is a card I'm excited to get. Reliquary Tower.
Oh, yeah, that one's great.
Okay.
That's almost $2.
Manatith.
Manatithe.
Manatithe, okay. It looks like we've got a Boom Pile, rated at rare. And
Boom.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Boom Pile. It's an artifact that costs 4. Tap it, flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all non-land permanents.
Oh boy.
Now the extra card in here is actually a doozy. I can't believe I opened it. Really. It's a foil Sarkhan the Mad.
Nice.
So there we go. That is a booster pack of the mystery boosters. And I'm hearing the rumor is there's $6 a pack, about $100 a box. It could be $109. Who knows? Depending on your area.
So yeah, that's as far as the current MSRP of packs doesn't exist. So the way that Wizards does it now is they just sell them to the retailer, and the retailer decides what they want to sell them as. I would say that the value of these boxes, since there's such a limited print run, and we don't know for sure if there's going to be another printing or not, are going to go up. I actually sold the boxes that I got for 125 because I got so few of them. So if you could get them for 100, you should definitely snag them up.
Oh yeah, I'm in my local area right here. So also that brings me to another point too. If I didn't say it earlier, for the YouTube, at the description in the description below, we're gonna have links to the Underground Dojo. And what I'm hearing is their prices are 100% less than Star City Games. So
100% less. I would buy everything they had at $0. I think you need to word that differently.
yeah, I was told that before I got on the air. So we're gonna work out the kinks on this, Ogre. We're gonna work out the
I
kinks.
think you mean 100% of their prices are less than Star City Games. Is that right?
That sounds about right. Maybe I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah. That's incredible because I mean, that's a great great way to do things. Sell things for less.
Yeah, that you know how the market works, man. Sheldon Menery is going to be on the show Monday.
I'm excited to hear what goes on there. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like he's such a big name in the Magic community.
Did you?
And you're in your podcast, and I'm actually just stoked that you were able to get Sheldon, which I've seen the texts, so I'm very happy to see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't show you the last message he sent me. You know, basically he's going to be open all day Monday. I'm going to get together with him, and we're going to go ahead and get this done. We had Usman Jamil on the show. Did you get a chance to listen to that one?
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really for the listeners, so I want to remind Sheldon when we do get him on the show. Are you going to be available Monday to be on the show with me and him, or?
Yeah, I'll make time for that for sure.
Okay, thank you, Ogre. One of the questions, or one of the things I want to bring up when Sheldon gets on the show is, we have a lot of listeners that are just now starting Magic the Gathering, so I don't think they're going to know much about Rule Zero. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even know what that rule is.
Okay, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I've done a lot of research on Sheldon, and I want to ask him questions that he hasn't been asked recently or even at all. With the text he gave me, he told me basically, up front that there's a lot of info on me on the internet, especially about how EDH started. If you want to know those answers, they're readily available. But if you want to know something deeper, then I'll get on your podcast. So I've already submitted. Submitted some questions to him, and I've actually got some questions on the back burner right here, so to speak. I let him know that I'll have 2 questions on the back burner, so he's well aware of that. And I kind of gave him the heads up of what the questions would be too. So, but yeah, I'm super excited to have Sheldon on the show too. Some names you guys might know, you might not know, you might know, you might not know. Mark Rosewater. I'm trying to reach out to Mark. I know he's a hard guy to get a hold of. I'm trying to get a hold of Mark Rosewater and also Brian Kibler, if you're familiar with those names.
Of course.
Okay, yeah. So, if I can get one of those 2 guys to be on the next interview, that would be really great, man. At this point, we can almost take anybody, and I'm not putting anybody down. It's just, I am plugging away behind the scenes here too, Ogre. I'm super excited. We've got a lot going on. I took an energy drink before I started the podcast. Maybe I shouldn't have.
No.
But
Your energy's great.
We've got a lot going for us, and it's almost like when I wake up every morning, the podcast is moving along, and with the YouTube addition to everything, it was scary at first, but we're just moving along. We're moving forward head first, and you know how you told me, like the 10x rule, look up on it and stuff like that. But I've only been able to read some of it. I can't really get the audio book for the price range I'm working with right now, so I do a lot of reading.
Well, maybe a listener out there has this book. I want John to read the 10x rule. And also Gary Vaynerchuk's Crush It. So if anybody has an extra book, please let John know and let him borrow it. There we go. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe that'll help, Ogre. You are the man. I appreciate you too. Is there anything you wanted to talk about today?
No. Unfortunately I gotta cut it kind of short. I only have about 5 more minutes.
Okay.
My F&M is gonna start, and the office I normally talk in is full of D&D players.
Yeah,
so.
I know the feeling right now. I'm live at the Underground Dojo, and the traffic's starting to come in itself. We're going to be doing a chaos draft with the new mystery booster packs tonight.
That's awesome, man. I wish I was doing that right now.
Yeah, I think they're only
I think
charging.
that you should
Go ahead.
keep it live if you can, as long as you can, and just talk to as many people from the Underground Dojo as possible.
Yeah, next Tuesday we have a person next Tuesday is one of our friends. I don't know if I go by his nickname. His nickname's War Dog. So War Dog has agreed to come on our show next Tuesday, and I think he wants to talk about a modern deck. He's got a modern deck. He's going to bust out the deck tech on that, why it works so good, and why he's going against the grain as far as it's not your normal deck. So when you think of that kind of deck in Modern, it's not going to be your typical deck, and he's going to show us why.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I've got Monday planned. I've got Tuesday planned. And in the meantime, we're still going to work behind the scenes to keep, making more content for you guys. And when I first started this, one of the questions I had to ask myself was, why am I starting this? And it's because the Magic content out there, even though it's great, you've got, Desolator Magic, Tolarian Community College. The list goes on. And I really want to feel those Magic cards. I want to smell those Magic cards. I want to taste them, So, and I'm not talking about just opening up a pack on the show. Right now, we've got contests where we're giving out booster packs. We want to give out a bigger prize starting next week. So we're going to see if that falls into plan, like give the listeners a commander deck or something.
Sweet.
Yeah, we want to do something like that for the listeners, man, just to show some appreciation. Already we've got 12 supporters and 2 Patreons. And we really can't do it without you guys. We are asking you for just a little bit of help, Again, I want to remind everybody, though, that to go to the Facebook group called the Cryptic Commander Podcast, or is it the Cryptic Commander Facebook group? It's called the Cryptic Commander Facebook group. And you can get this pack of cards here, Ravnica Allegiance, at no cost. We'll pay for the shipping and handling. And the only thing is we're asking is just bring some people into the Facebook group that that plays Pokemon, Magic, get them in there, and you guys can take home a free booster pack. There's really no catch to it, would you say, Ogre?
Yeah, free is free. You can't really go wrong there. Also, if you know anybody that might just enjoy the podcast, don't do it for just the pack. Do it for your friends that might enjoy hearing John talk.
Absolutely. I'm not claiming to be an expert because I'm really good, guys. I've been playing the game since 1993. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that I'm an expert. I'm the baddest thing out there. One of our listeners came up to me, and he didn't even know that I was doing the podcast, but he's heard of the podcast, okay? And he said, "Whoa, that's you?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I listened to it one time, and the reason why I'm going to keep listening to it is because not only do you sound good, but you're not claiming to be the best, and you're not talking about one thing." He knows of another show, which I don't want to name it, but all they talk about is control decks. And we'll talk about control decks on the show. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves here because, again, there's some beginning level players just tuning into the podcast.
Yeah, just keep it going strong. Just keep, the more we put out there, the more people hear us, and the more they'll tell their friends, and then the more content you can do. So.
Absolutely. We'll continue bringing this show live from the Underground Dojo over here in Collinsville, Illinois. In the meantime, Ogre, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I can't wait to report what's next.
Sounds good. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Ogre. Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and end the show there. Thanks, Ogre.
All right. Bye.